Ancient Navigator. The figures of Gog and Magog, appearing in both Ezekiel 38-39 and Revelation 27-9, serve as literary and theological anchors for understanding the evolution of apocalyptic thought from Hebrew prophecy to Christian eschatology. While Ezekiel's Gog and Magog represent a localized threat to post-exilic Israel, John of Patmos reimagines them as universal symbols of cosmic rebellion at the end of history. This paper compares these texts to trace theological shifts in the conceptualization of divine judgment, evil, and eschatological hope. 1. Ezekiel 38-39. National crisis and divine intervention. Context. Ezekiel's prophecy, 6th century BCE, addresses Israelites exiled in Babylon, offering hope of restoration. Gog, of the land of Magog, Ezek 38:2, leads a coalition of nations, Meshech, Tubal, etc., against a restored Israel, only to be annihilated by God's direct intervention. 39.3.6. Key themes. 1. Political symbolism. Gog likely embodies historical enemies from the north, e.g. Scythians or Babylonians, reflecting Israel's fear of invasion. 2. Theophanic judgment. God's victory is achieved through supernatural means, earthquakes, plagues, and fire, affirming his sovereignty over nations, 38:22-23. 3. Restorative purpose. The battle's aftermath emphasizes Israel's vindication and God's glorification among the nations, 39:21-29. Theological framework. Ezekiel's Gog pericope operates within a prophetic paradigm. Judgment is contextual, serving to purify Israel and validate covenantal promises. Evil is externalized as geopolitical threats, not cosmic forces. 2. Revelation 20:7-9. Cosmic rebellion and eschatological finality. Context. Written during Roman persecution, late 1st century CE. Revelation reinterprets Ezekiel's imagery through an apocalyptic lens. Satan, freed after a millennium, deceives Gog and Magog, now universalized as the nations at the four corners of the earth, to besiege the camp of the saints, 20,007-9. Their destruction by heavenly fire culminates in the final judgment, 20:10-15. Key themes. 1. Universalism. Gog-Magog no longer denote specific nations but represent all who oppose God, transcending ethnicity or geography. 2. Satanic agency. Evil is personified in Satan, the ancient serpent, 20:2, who orchestrates rebellion, contrasting Ezekiel's human-centric threat. 3. Eschatological finality. The battle concludes history, preceding the new creation, 21:1. Judgment is irreversible, with no restorative aftermath for the defeated. Theological framework. John's vision reflects an apocalyptic worldview. Evil is cosmic. History is dualistic, God versus Satan, and divine victory is ultimate rather than provisional. 3. Theological shifts from prophetic to apocalyptic. 1. From national to cosmic evil. Ezekiel. Evil is geopolitical, e.g., invading armies. John. Evil is transcendental, rooted in Satan's deception. Rev 23:8. This reflects a Second Temple Jewish development, e.g. 1 Enoch's fallen angels, and early Christian demonology. 2. From temporal to eschatological judgment. Ezekiel. Judgment resolves a historical crisis. Israel's restoration is immediate. 39:25-29. John. Judgment is the climax of a metaphysical war with eternal consequences. 20 Pows 10-15. 3. Divine warrior to cosmic judge. Ezekiel. God acts as a warrior king defending Israel. 38:18-23. John. Christ presides as cosmic judge. Blending warrior 19:11-16 and sovereign 20:11-15 imagery. 4. Role of deception. Ezekiel. No mention of deception. Gog's motive is greed. 38:12-13. John. Satan's release enables deception. 23:8. Aligning with New Testament emphasis on false prophets and antichrist figures, Matthew 24:24, Xianthes 2:9-10. 4. Historical and theological implications. 1. The influence of exile and diaspora. Ezekiel's post-exilic context shaped his focus on national survival. John, writing to persecuted Christians, reworks Gog and Magog to address existential threats to the global church. 2. Development of dualism. Apocalyptic thought, influenced by Zoroastrianism and Hellenism, introduced a sharper dualism, e.g., Qumran's War Scroll, which John adapts to frame Christian persecution as part of a cosmic struggle. 3. Eschatological urgency. Revelation's millennial framework, 21-6, reflects early Christian debates about Christ's imminent return, whereas Ezekiel's vision lacks temporal eschatology. 5. Scholarly perspectives. 1. Continuity and discontinuity. Scholars like G.K. Beale, the Book of Revelation, argue John intentionally Christianizes Ezekiel's imagery to assert Christ's ultimate victory. David E. Aoun, Revelation, notes that John's reuse of Gog and Magog as vague, universal terms reflects his rejection of Jewish nationalism. 2. Satan as theological innovation. Elaine Pagels, The Origin of Satan, links John's Satan to early Christian demonization of opponents, e.g. Roman authorities, doctrinal rivals. Conclusion. The transformation of Gog and Magog from Ezekiel's national adversary to John's universal archetype of evil underscores a theological shift from prophetic restoration to apocalyptic finality. Ezekiel's God defends Israel within history. John's God, Lord Jesus Christ, transcends history, defeating evil absolutely. This evolution mirrors broader Second Temple Jewish and early Christian struggles to reconcile divine sovereignty with ongoing suffering, offering a lens into the dynamic nature of apocalyptic thought. Don't forget to hit subscribe button for more facts and adventures.